How's it going, guys? It's Night here, and this is my very first video on my brand new Night Build channel. So, pretty exciting stuff. Anyways, so today's how to build is going to be on Funtime Freddy. So, basically, if you don't know who Funtime Freddy is, he is a character from a game series, Five Nights at Freddy's. Pretty popular. Not quite as popular as it used to be, but still popular. And basically, the whole concept behind what I'm trying to do here is there's a channel that I watch, another LEGO channel called Break 101. He makes, he's made a whole line of the Five Nights at Freddy's characters, but there's certain ones that he hasn't done, and one of them being Funtime Freddy. So I decided to take it upon myself to try to build some of the ones that I see his comment section is requesting that he hasn't done yet. And so, one of them is Funtime Freddy. So he is really cool. He's got his little bonbon puppet. He has functional face plates. So I really think he turned out well. I am happy with him. And I will have more characters coming in the future, so stay tuned for those. They're going to be really awesome. So anyways, let's get into the instructions. Alright, so to start off with my builds, usually when I'm making my Five Nights at Freddy's characters, I usually like to start off from the feet and work my way up. So we're going to start off at his legs. So first, I think it's kind of interesting what I like to do with the foot. So first you want to take one of these bracket pieces, and then you want to take a pair of plain white minifig pants and stick those on there. So that's going to make for a foot. And then you want a 1x2 plate like that, and then a 1x2 jumper plate. This can be in white or gray, it just depends on what you have. I had to kind of improvise a little bit to save some of my jumper plates for other things. So yeah, 1x2 jumper plate on there. And then for his, I guess his ankle, you want a 1x2 or 1x1 round in white, another 1x1 round in white, stack that, and then a 1x1 white round in purple. Again, make one of those, stick that on the top, and then you just want a plain white brick, and then a 1x2 upward slope in purple, stick that on the top, and then on top of that, you just want a 1x2 brick in white, and then a 1x2 jumper plate in white. There you go. You're going to build two of those. They're identical. And then, moving those off to the side for a second. To build kind of his waist, you want to start off with a 2x3 plate. And then underneath that, you want to take a 1x2 plates in white. Put those on the bottom. And on top, just want a jumper plate and two tiles. I can only find two 1x1s, but that could also be a 1x2 right there. And then you're going to stick the legs in the center of those 1x2s. Just like that. And there you have a pair of his legs. And now we're going to move on to the torso. Alright, so starting off with the torso, you want to take a 2x3 plate in white. And then underneath that, you want to just center a 1x2 gray plate. Let's just show a little bit in a skeleton. So this is going to be how we connect it to the legs. And then you want to take another 2x3 plate, stack it on top, and then we're going to build something kind of weird here. So we're going to take a 1x1 with the stud on the side. It can be any color. It's going to be totally covered. And then you want to take a Technic brick. Again, it can be pretty much any color. It'll be covered. Then you want to stick it the side on top of the 1x1 with a hole on it. So it's this when you're done. And then on the bottom, or I guess the back of that Technic brick, you want to take a 1x1 plate of any type. This will be totally covered, so you can get away with some other colors if you don't have it in white. And then a 1x1 white plate in square. This you will see, so you do want to make sure that that's a 1x1 in white. And then put that off to the side for a second. And then on here you want to take a 1x1 plate, another 1x1 plate, and a 1x1 tile. Alright. And then you want to take this thing and put it on top like so. So that's just going to give you that kind of shape. This is basically so you can attach the fur once we get to it. So then you want to just take a couple 1x2 bricks. And then a 2x3, another 2x3, and then a 1x1 right there. And this side, you want a 1x2 with a bar. I'm using this 3 long. You can use the other one, but this one is, you're definitely going to have a lot more convenience with this one because you want to center it. This is going to be for attaching his arm. On the other one, you just want a 1x2 with clip, or it can be 2 1x1s, which is what I'm doing because that's all I have. And then for his bow tie, you're going to want a 1x1 with a circle clip in black. And then 1x1, 2 1x1s with a clip on top. You're going to attach that onto each side. That's just to kind of represent his bow tie. And then, just to top it off, another 2x3 and 2 1x2 tiles. And then a 1x2 jumper plate. And then, finally, you're going to take this 2x3 in purple. And then, there's multiple things I tried for the speaker. I compromised with this silver 1x1 round. I figured that was the best approximate size. And you want to kind of center that right in the middle there. And then, you want to take the 2 holes on the bottom of this and then center it on top of these 2 studs. That's what this whole little weird thing is for. And then stick that on just like that. And you got a pretty sturdy connection for the little fur. And if you want to, you can go ahead and take the legs that you just built and put this on top. So there, we got his legs and torso done. Now we're going to move on to his microphone holding arm. Alright, now we're going to start on Funtime Freddy's left arm, or his microphone arm. So, to start off, also for future reference, do you know that I do use this arm style quite a bit through, not all, but most of my characters. So, it's a pretty good arm technique. I do like it. So anyways, let's get started with it. So first, you want a Erling brick, I think is what these things are called. I don't know my terms that well. And then you want to stick it upside down like that. And then underneath it, you want a 1x3 curvy downward slope. Stick that like so. And then you just want a 1x2 with bar. Put that there. And then a 1x3. Just like that. That basically creates this whole rear arm, I guess. And then you want a 1x1 with clip on top. Stick that there, and you can fold that. And then you just want a 1x1 round in purple. And then you just want a cylinder brick. This 1x1 round in purple, it doesn't have to be a round. It can be a square if that's all you got. I do understand that purple is a little bit of a hard color to work in. So, anyways, and we're going to put that off to the side for a second. For his hands, you want a 1x2 with a bar. You want to make sure it's in like 3 segments. The other one, you're not going to be able to fill the fingers on the other one. So make sure it's like this. And then a jumper plate. Put that on top. And then a neck bracket. I'm using light gray, but if you have one in white, that works too. And then stick that on there. That's basically the best way to connect it to the arm. And then for the fingers, you're going to want to take 4 minifig hands. 3 go just like that. And then you want to take 2 more 1x1 rounds in purple, stack them on top, and put them right there. And then you want your last minifig hand and put it like there. And then for his to hold his microphone, you want a 1x1 plate in white, and then a 1x1 plate with the clip going out like that. That goes over there. And then for his microphone, you just want one of these black telescope pieces. And then you want to take another 1x1 round in purple, just like that. And then a 1x1 in silver. And stick that into the clip. And then you can fold the fingers down. Just like that. And then you can just attach that into his hand. And there you go. And now, oh, one last thing I forgot. You also want to take a 1x1 with a clip on top. Put that there. And a 1x1 round. Don't forget, this is my very first tutorial I ever will have done. So, bear with me. And then you can just attach that to the body. His arm does tend to pop off from time to time, but don't mess with it too much, and it should be good. So, there is what we have so far. Turned out pretty good. Now, we're going to move on to his right arm that holds the Bonbon puppet. Alright, now getting started on Freddy's Bonbon arm. This one's going to be a little bit easier. It requires less pieces than the other one. So first, you want to start off with a bar T-connector. And then you want to stick that into an Erling brick. You know, stick it sideways like that. And then, under the Erling brick, a 1x2 plate, like so. And then, a 1x1 with a circle clip. Stick that there. And then, just a 1x1 plate underneath that. That can also be round, if it's all you got. There you go. And then one of these, kind of odd, it's like a 1x1 with a slope on half of it. It's kind of an odd piece, but it works for what we're trying to do here. You want to actually, so you want to take that, and then you want to just take another 1x1 plate on top of that, and then a 1x2 tile. So there, you have that whole assembly done. Also, it's probably best to pull the T-connector out just a little bit. That way you'll be able to turn it, and it doesn't bump into the clips. And then, on the bottom of that circle clip, you want to add a 1x1 in purple. That's just kind of to show his, I guess, kind of his elbow cap. And then, you want another Erling brick. Put on like that. And then, you want a 1x2 plate, and then 1x2 jumper stacked on top. And then you want to center that on top of that Erling brick, just like so. So this is basically your end result. And then you can just take the body and attach that T-connector into those clips from before. And there you have his right arm. I guess half finished because Bonbon himself isn't on there. We'll get to him last. But now, let's move on to the head. Alright, so making Funtime Freddy's head, a little bit complex because it does have the opening faceplates, but I am proud of how it looks. And I hope you guys are satisfied with it too. So to start off, we're going to kind of build sort of a head core here. So you want to take another Erling brick. This can probably be any color from white or black or gray, depending on what you have. It's going to be mostly covered up. And then you want to take a Technic brick and stick that on there. Then you want to take what is known as a Travis brick, which is a brick with studs on all four sides. Then you want to stick that on there like so. So now you got this whole assembly here. So first we're going to start building the front. You want to start off by taking I like to call these pinch bars, because it got kind of the pinchy thing on the end. I want to stick that on the bottom right there. And then in the middle, you want to take a 1x1 clip. You want to do this in gray because this is basically going to be sort of an endoskeleton mouth that will reveal when you open the faceplates. So keep that in mind. And then for the, this is going to be where the eyes go. You want to take a 1x2 jumper plate and then flip that upside down. And you want to take, there's maybe a few different options you can do for eyes here. However, what I went with was 2 1x1 rounds in light blue, because this way, for one, it shows up better on the on all the white, and two, he does actually have blue eyes that in the dark they do kind of glow, so I figured it's a good way of representing it. Also note that the ones I'm using actually have holes in them. You can get a lot of these if you purchase one of the Avengers sets that comes with Iron Man. I think mine was the Guardians of the Galaxy ship or something. Yeah, he came with his, because of all his laser beams and stuff, he had a lot of them. And then I'm going to build onto the back here. First, you just want a 1x2 jumper plate upside down, and a 1x2 plate underneath that. There you go. Let's stick that in the middle there. And then you just want a 1x3 plate right there in the middle, and then a 1x2 jumper plate, and center that underneath there. So that's what you have so far. And then just a 1x2 plate and a 1x2 tile on top of it, and center that on the top there. So there you go. That's what it should look like when you're done. The sides, again, take a 1x2 or 1x3 plate, and then you want to take a 1x1 plate. I'm using round just because it's all I have, but if you have them in square, that works too. And then you can just use a plain normal slope. However, I actually like these. It's weird. It's kind of like a curvy downward slope, but it's like corner. It's like a corner curvy downward slope. It's kind of weird. And then basically I stick that there. I just like that because it adds a little more depth and shape to the head. But you can just feel inclined to do whatever works best for you. Then you want to take a 1x1 with a clip, stick it on there, and then a 1x1 tile, and you want to put that in there and angle it up. So that's going to be basically the side and ear. Stick that on the Travis brick. And then for the other side, you just want to do a mirror image of that. So there you go. And then stick that onto the head. Like so. For the top, you just want a 2x2 jumper plate. Center that onto the head. And then a 2x2 radar dish. And then you want a top hat piece. I didn't used to have this. I used to kind of compromise with doing a 2x2 radar dish in black, and then a I think it was maybe it was a cylinder brick, or either a Technic bar piece. So I understand not everyone has these, but I do, so that's what I'm using here. But there are a couple of different options for top hats if you don't have it. And now we're getting to the tricky stuff, the faceplate. So I'm just gonna set the head off to the side for a second. Then what you want to do is take a 3 long bar. I'm using gray. You can also use black or just any color. It won't be too noticeable, but if you can get it to blend in, then it's probably better too. So first you want to take a 2x2 tile, and then put some 1x1 rounds on the side, and then a couple 1x1 with clip. Again, it can be a 1x2, but I just, because of the lack of 1x2s that I have, I'm using 1x1s. And you want to center that onto the bar, kind of like that. There we go. And then what you want to do is take another pinch bar piece and stick that right there, and do the same on the other side. So you have that, and then take two of these kind of Technic, I'm not sure what you call these, but they're like little circles, so Technic circles, and then stick those there and there. That's just to make sure the faceplates don't slide down too much. And then on one side, we're going to build a side that has the nose. You want to take a 1x1 with clip and stick a 1x1 round on it. That's going to represent the cheek. And then you want to take a 1x2, stick that there. And then you want a neck bracket. You don't want this to stand out, so try to choose something that doesn't stand out too much. Black or gray usually works the best, but anything you've got, just try to make sure this is kind of hidden. And then you want to take a 1x1 black round. I'm using a tile, but you can also just use a plain black 1x1 if that's all you've got. And you want to stick that on to that. So this is basically what you've got when you're done. And then you can stick that onto this part of the jaw. There you go. And then the other side is just going to be a 1x1 clip, 1x1 round on top, and then two 1x2 stacked together. And then put that there. And then stick that on top. And then you can just close up the faceplates like so. And then you want to take the head, and you want to take that bottom pinch grab clip, and then you want to center that onto that 3 long bar. And that's going to basically give a nice, good connection from the head to the mouth. And here we go. And you got Funtime Freddy with functional faceplates. His snout is a little bit long, but that doesn't really bother me. I still think he turned out pretty good. So now, you take the body and attach the head on top. And you can position his arm. So there we go. And there is Funtime Freddy. Oh wait, I feel like we're missing something. Alright, obviously, you know I wouldn't forget Bon Bon. You know, Funtime Freddy, his little puppet, his little buddy, he's the man. Alright, so, anyways, let's just get to building Bon Bon. So, first you want to start off with just a plain blue torso, minifig torso. Then you want to stick a 1x2 plate underneath that. Also, just so you know, the shades of blue that you use can vary. Technically, the hands I'm using don't match up with the other light blue shade that I'm using. I'm using like the sky blue, which doesn't really match up with that light blue, but I just kind of went with whatever I had at my disposal. And then I want to take a neck bracket, put that on there. And then you want to take a 1x2 plate. And then this is going to sort of represent his bow tie. You want to take one of these flower pieces, stick that on top there. I'll put that right there like so. That's basically kind of representing his bow tie. I thought that worked pretty good. And then we're going to set that off to the side for a second. And then for his head, you want a Erling brick like that. And then you want to take a 1x1 with plate. And then a Travis brick. And so you have that whole assembly done. Actually, wait, no, I was wrong. Wait, no, I was right the first time. So yeah, there's that whole assembly done. So for the back, interestingly enough, if you actually have 2 studs at this distance from each other, then you can actually take any 2x2 plate and put it on it diagonally. And it literally fits perfectly. So that's what I did for the back there. If you have a blue tile, a plain blue 2x2 tile, that probably works even better. I just didn't have one, so I stuck with the normal plate. For the sides, just take 1x2, another 1x2, and then 1x1 round in red for the cheek. Same on the other side. For the eyes, just take a 1x1 and 1x2 and whatever light blue you're using, and then 2 1x1 rounds with holes in them. If you also have just like maybe some like printed eyes or something, that works too, or just even straight 1x1 rounds will do the job. But this is what I'm going with. And then for the snout, I went with a 1x2 bracket, and then 2 1x1 rounds for teeth, like that, and then a 1x2 in the light blue, and then a 1x1 round with a hole in it, and center that onto that plate, and then a 1x2 jumper plate in blue, stick that onto the bracket, and you want to take this and put that on to the head, right there. So that works good. And then for the ears, you want to take a T connector and stick that onto the top, just like that. And then for his ears, I just went with plain blue minifig hands with light blue arms. So again, mine is sky blue. You can use light blue, anything, just whatever matches the thing that you're using for bonbon. And then you just want to take the bonnet of that Erling brick and attach it onto the neck of that minifig torso. And there he is in all of his glory. And now we can finally take Funtime Freddy and Bonbon, and you want to center him onto that jumper plate. The thing I like about this is because he's on his jumper plate, he's actually detachable. So if you want to just have plain Bonbon roaming around, you can do that. So anyways, yeah, that is how you build Funtime Freddy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments how do you think I did on this build. Again, I do have more Five Nights at Freddy's characters coming in the future, so stay tuned for those. But anyways, that is all for now, guys, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.